Hi everyone, and today's message is for students. So if you're diving into these biomedical courses because you want to make a real difference, like curing diseases or developing new treatments, and deep down, I bet most of you aren't excited about the idea of experimenting on animals or causing them harm, because that's not what you signed up for. Here's the thing. If you're focusing a ton of your time, money and energy on learning old school animal testing methods, you might end up with skills that are outdated before you even graduate. That's a huge risk in this fast changing field, and I'm here to give you a heads up so you can avoid it and turn it to your advantage. Animal testing used to be the go-to for stuff like drug safety and research, but now it's changing. Cooler, more modern options called New Approach Methodologies, or NAMs for short, or non-animal methods, are taking over. Things like growing mini organs in a lab, called organoids, tiny body parts on chips that mimic how humans work, and smart AI that predicts outcomes, or using stem cells from people. These aren't just nicer to animals, they're often better at showing what happens in humans, pushed by rules, ethics, and just plain efficiency. So you need to check out what's happening right now, because back in April 2025, the US FDA put out a roadmap to make animal studies the rare exception in drug testing, not the norm. Then in July, the National Institute of Health said no more funding for projects that only use animals. They want at least one validated non-animal method in there. Here in the UK, the government have promised to release a full plan to phase out animal testing by December 2025. Worldwide, patents for non-animal methods have been surging since 2023, with AI, artificial intelligence, making predictions way more accurate than animal models. Investors are all over it because it speeds up research by 20 to 30%. It cuts costs and tackles the crazy 92% failure rate for drugs that work in animals but flop in humans. So if we fast forward to 2030, in the UK, animal procedures will be way down, and they're expected to drop significantly. The thing is, universities do about 40% of them, so they'll be cutting back even harder. Europe could ban non-essential animal use in education in the year 2028. So if your programme drags its feet, you'll hit the job market missing key skills, while companies in pharma and biotech want people who can handle data analysis, AI and human-based models, not just animal work. But without adapting, you could be scrambling to catch up mid-career. This isn't meant to scare you. It's a heads up to grab the opportunity. You don't have to stress, just pivot a bit. Start adding NAM electives. Jump into free online stuff like organ on a chip courses. Hunt for internships in NAMs through the UKRI grants. If your program's stuck in the past, consider switching to spots like UCL or Imperial, where alternatives are front and centre. And keep an eye on the December 2025 UK plan. It could shake things up and give you ammo to advocate for changes. This change lets you build a future that's not just smart and cutting edge, but also kind. So there's no more tough choices about animals when there's better ways. By jumping on NAMs now, you'll save time, money and lives, and end up with careers that are ethical, innovative, and built to last. The world is shifting fast, so don't get stuck with yesterday's tools. Take action today and lead the way in a science that helps everyone. Thank you.